Howdy, folks. I'm a teeny tiny tufted titmouse, terrifyingly tittering.
I'm Amber.
And Amber, I want to know how many words were in today's tongue twister?
6.
5?
Teeny tiny tufted titmouse. Those are 2 words. Terrifyingly tittering.
Oh, I thought that was one word. It's hardly counting, though. Hardly counting. And here's some Saturday morning Reddit.
Or here's one for you. You could be a teeny tiny tufted titmouse tittering to terrify tremendous turtles.
Okay, yeah, I guess I could be that. And here are more tremendous turtles for us to terrify, because we're monsters. Let's get started. And our first letter is titled, My family is holding a promise from when I was 13 against me. Am I the jerk? Ridiculous or not, my family is holding a promise against me from when I was 13 years old. Long story short, so I'll try to condense it. My brother is a 33-year-old male, and I received an inheritance from my father. At the age of 25, the money is realized to you if you want it, or it's left in a trust for future generations. My brother has been abusing the money for as long as he had access, completely and effectively wasting over $600,000 on cars, houses, debt, etc. He now has almost nothing left, and debt to the IRS from not paying taxes on those transactions. He has a good job supporting his family and has worked out a plan for his debt. I'm pretty proud of him. Well, I'm a 23-year-old female, and when I was 13, our family's house burned down. My brother had his money, which he then paid for the roof to be put on. I, at the time, promised to pay him back in the future. Now, 10 years later in the future, my family is bringing up this scared child's promise and saying that I owe my brother $30,000. I have barely used my money, not even getting a car after all these years, and only paying monthly expenses. So I'm sitting on little more than $1 million, which I am terrified to touch. I have some dental issues I'm just now getting to because I've been so hesitant to spend. Maybe the trauma of seeing your brother waste over $500,000. I don't know. For the last 5 years, I've lived in Florida. My brother texted me maybe twice, never visited. He has not brought this up to me. Only my mom, who insists that I'm being a bad person by not standing by my promise. Even going as far to say that I was acting as an adult at 13, so it counts as an enforceable promise. My mom makes it sound like my brother and his girlfriend are relying on this money and talk about it all the time. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think?
Not the jerk. I mean, you were a literal child when you made this promise. Your brother chose to use money from his inheritance. He was an adult at the time to fix the roof. If your parents wanted him repaid, they could repay him. It is not your responsibility to repay him.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's a really odd situation because I'm not sure why the parents don't have money. And maybe they burnt through their part of the inheritance already, and the brother then burnt through his inheritance. I don't think that OP is in the wrong for not giving their brother $30,000 either, right?
Right, well, and why is it OP who has to pay for the roof? Like, one, again, OP was a child then, but two, like, at worst, they would split the cost.
Well, why does OP's brother have to pay for the roof?
Well, yeah, it seems like probably the mom didn't have enough money or something, maybe.
Yeah.
But, like, again, if she wants it repaid, that's on her, not on OP.
Yeah, it makes me feel like these people have a money spending problem, because if the brother was able to burn through that amount of money, then he may not have learned good spending habits from his parents. But I don't know. Again, like, the fact that OP's mother is like, oh, well, you were acting like an adult at 13. Yeah, there's far cry from acting like an adult at 13 and being able to be held accountable for adult actions at 13.
Well, exactly. Like, you know, I know as a 13-year-old, you may feel very grown up, but then you get to be an adult and you're like, oh my goodness, I was literally a child. Like, you know, and that's all there is to it. She was not capable of making that kind of a promise. I mean, and also at 13, you know, the cost of a roof is not like something that's really tangible. Like, you know, roofs have to go up, but like, I don't know, I wouldn't expect a roof to be $30,000 to repair.
Yeah. Well, and then on top of all that, the brother isn't even the one asking for this money, right? It's the mom. So why would OP's mother be doing this? I don't know. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Maripostia48 says, not the jerk. Your age plus the fact that you felt like you were backed into a corner should negate that promise. You were coerced by the circumstances, and you were a child. You should not have to pay for the mistake of a golden child. Taxes go hand in hand with money. It's terrible, but that's our reality. And Librarian Acrobatic 21 says, also, a roof should not cost $30,000. The insurance should have covered it and then maybe a $5,000 deductible. So it sounds like they are putting pressure on you for more money than they spent. Also, go to a dentist. If you don't go now, you will spend more later. And good-looking teeth help you look more professional. Or maybe we should just stop being obsessed about good-looking teeth.
Certainly. Although it is like because of the health associations, because of the health issues associated with teeth, yes, it's a good idea to get dental work.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we shouldn't be fixated on whether people's teeth look presentable.
Yeah, and by the good looking teeth make you look more professional. I mean, certainly, like, you do want to have your teeth taken care of. I'm not advocating against that, but a lot of people will be like, well, you have to get your teeth straightened, you have to get them whitened, you have to have all this work done on them.
Yeah, and that's bogus. Like, if you have cavities or something that actually needs fixing, absolutely, because of health issues, but if your teeth are crooked like mine are, then, like, whatever.
Yeah, well, and the thing about cavities is that they can turn into abscesses, you can get infections, they can spread. It's really not a good thing to have a cavity, especially an untreated cavity. So that's something you do want to get taken care of. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Boyfriend I Won Money 15 Years Ago? I don't know what I did wrong, or if what I did was wrong and I need some advice. I didn't want to post this on any real account because I would like to be anonymous as possible. My boyfriend is a 35-year-old male and I'm a 35-year-old female, and we were discussing finances and we wanted to be on the same page. My boyfriend moved in with me unexpectedly 3 months ago as his landlord decided to move into the property with his family. We were discussing finances and the topic of how I own my place came up. I explained that I want some money, not a lot, but enough to be able to put myself through nursing school, purchase my home, and have some savings. Back in 2009, and bought my place outright, and then I rented it out until I moved back into it late 2018. Obviously, I had some luck on my side, as this was right in the middle of the recession, so I got my place for real cheap. He says that I deceived him by giving him the impression that I was financially well off, and that I led him to believe that I was more business savvy than I was. I don't know how I did that, because I literally work as a nurse and I make decent money. Fully own my home, fully own my car, and I have decent retirement plans and a decent savings. I'm fairly certain that I'm financially better off than most people that I know. He says that he can't trust me anymore and that he was stupid to have listened to my financial advice, but the thing is that I never gave him any financial advice, except to tell him not to buy a car that was, in my opinion, unreliable and much too expensive. Did I deceive him by not telling him how I got myself financially stable? For your information, we have been dating for almost a year and a half. Edit, I just had another very weird conversation with him, and honestly, I can't wrap my head around it. Yeah, so he's definitely a gold digger. He asked me how much I had in savings, and then he seemed impressed with how much I had. And then he said maybe he reacted too aggressively. Then asked and told me that he still wants the car that I advised him not to get. He hinted at me getting it for him as a birthday present since his birthday is in early March. I am definitely dumping him. I'm going to wait until my two sisters and my brother-in-laws can come over before I break up with him in case he acts ridiculously. Edit 2. He's jealous and resentful. He's ranting about how he would have tripled the money if he had won it. Edit 3. He's saying that my money is wasted on me because I don't make money. Apparently, I should have been investing my savings in high-yield stocks and other stuff. For your information, I do get financial advice from a financial advisor that I trust. But I am a risk-averse person, so I would never invest it in the manner that this person is telling me. Sure, the chance to get a lot of money is there, but so is the chance to lose it. Edit 4. He is now on a rant because I suggested that we take a break from this argument because I don't want to ruin my few days off. My goodness, I can't believe how he is behaving. He thinks that he's so clever, but I am thoroughly disgusted. Oh, it is absolutely over between us. Edit 5. Okay, so I understand him better now. So my house and the property that it's on is what led him to believe that I was much richer than I am. He assumed that I was loaded. So me telling him that I actually got lucky made him mad. Then when he found out how much I had in savings and assets that I have, he perked up and had a change of heart. He's now telling me with just a quarter of that money that he can show me how to invest in the stock market and make real money. Oh, he is genuinely deluded. All right, folks, what do you think?
I think dump him. No, I don't think you're the jerk. Like, he wasn't entitled to know that. If he had wanted to know about your financial circumstances, he could have always asked. But you don't have to lead with, oh, by the way, I won money, so that's how I have my house. I'm actually not rich. Like, he made an assumption. It was a bad assumption.
Yeah. Well, it's clear that he's just kind of going into this relationship for the money. So what happens when they get married? If he's acting this way right now, before they get married or anything like that, how bad is he going to be when you two get married? I think OP is seeing a little bit of his true personality here. Now, as for the stock market and, risky investments and whatnot, really, you should only invest what you're willing to lose, right? And sometimes people are more risk averse than other people, and that's perfectly understandable. And OP sounds like they have a trusted financial advisor who's giving them good advice on how to meet their financial goals. And that's what's important here. OP is comfortable with their finances, and they're comfortable with how they're making money. And that's really what matters at the end of the day. Now, if he was so clever, then he should take his own money invested in the stock market and go ahead and play his luck on it, right?
Right. Like, I would definitely not give him any money. I would, kick him out as soon as OP feels comfortable doing so. It does not seem like he's in this relationship for good reasons. It seems like he just wants someone to bankroll him.
Yeah. And the thing is, again, with the stock market, if you're going to invest in individual stocks, you need to have a good understanding of those stocks. And just the kind of the way he's talking about how he's going to go and buy this car that he can't afford and that you don't even trust kind of tells me that maybe he doesn't do his homework on those kinds of things, right?
Yeah, well, and the way he's expecting to make boatloads off of the stock market, like, it's very slow growth, like most stocks. Like, yeah, there are some where you can get more money, but those tend to be really volatile and risky ones, and you can easily lose a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's what is really important to understand about the stock market. And there are ways, of course, of minimizing your risk in the stock market through things like ETFs and, big portfolios that are managed and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is that if he's going to go out there and start putting, $100,000 into penny stocks, then that's gambling at that point in time, right?
Right. Like, Obi has a financial advisor. If she wants to get into stocks, I'm sure the financial advisor can help her a lot better than this dude.
Yeah, exactly. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And In Need of Chocolate says, Eck, this guy is dripping in red flags. Move in with you unexpectedly. In other words, didn't give you time to think about it. Critical of you for not telling him something that was none of his business, and because he made an incorrect assumption about you, saying he can't trust you. Fine, then move out. How much do you have in savings? After all of this nonsense, your answer should have been none of your business. How much does he have? Buy him a car? This gets worse and worse. Change the locks ASAP, not the jerk. And OP replies, he said that he has $18,000 in savings. In regards to him moving in, he was definitely given 30-day notice and he was looking for a place. In fact, I helped him with it, but the rental market is just a bit brutal right now. So we agreed that he could move in, and yes, he pays rent. My jaw dropped when he hinted at me getting him a Tesla. Talking to him the past couple of days, he's literally hurt my brain. First he says one thing, and then the next thing he says is contradictory to the previous thing that he said. He was never like this before. I guess moving in with me made me realize how difficult it was for him to hide this stuff. Wow, this is not a good place to be. Like, again, a Tesla is a luxury vehicle, right? And the fact of the matter is that sure, you could make an argument about why you wanted a Tesla, and maybe it would make some sense. But at this point in time, from what I understand, they're a bit overpriced for what they are. And, That's really what the reality is. And again, if he wants to buy a Tesla, then he can take his $18,000 that he has and put it towards the Tesla. I don't know, maybe get a loan or something like that if this is really that important to him. But as for his savings and whatnot, what is he doing with his $18,000? Is he investing it? Does he have a good track record? Is he willing to show you his stock portfolio? That's the question that I have. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here. And Amber, she allegedly, supposedly, has a joke for us.
Why did the ambulance driver bring a killer mermaid on board?
Well, because he needed a siren.
Yeah, they needed a siren.
It took me a second, but I got it. And I have Earl Grey. Alright, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy spectacular Saturday! Folks, it's the weekend! I hope you're having a great weekend. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance. And please, have it involve money.
People have an easy time spending money that isn't theirs. Don't give them that chance.
I think that is sage advice. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye!